Good morning, day 7, Monday, May 1st. Welcome to May. I'm still at the Liberty Springs tent site. As predicted in the weather, it rained all night. Heavy rain, wind gusting here and there. The tent did great. Thank you, tent. So I don't have cell service to get an updated weather forecast here, and I could always in-reach Sarah, but I have a snapshot of last time I had cell service, so it's only a day old, and it isn't getting any warmer after today. There shouldn't be any more rain today, just all the moisture coming off of the trees. I'm gonna get soaked with that, but no more rain. And then it's gonna be at freezing or right around freezing, at least at the higher elevations for the next few days, which is good for travel on the snow. The only part I didn't want to have really high wind and rain at the same time going over Franconia Ridge. So the forecast said light snow and the wind gust at the most 25 miles an hour, and that's fine. So even though it seems pretty miserable at the tent site right now, and there's no hint of blue sky up there, I'm gonna work on this coffee, just take my time, but the plan is to strike out and get over Lincoln and Lafayette and get back into tree line on the Garfield Ridge Trail and probably be camping somewhere on the snow tonight. We'll see. So that's the update right now, and we'll check in at some point later on. Day 7 update. We're playing a game called Find the Monorail, if you can. Doing a lot of post holing, but it's really not a snowshoey kind of trail either, so take your pick. I got micro spikes on right now, and just other than the trail conditions and all the dripping from the trees and no sun, it's pretty cool up here. Super quiet. A little bit of excitement before I left the tent site. Went to use the privy. It's always appreciated to have a privy, but it's disgusting. I mean, all the hikers through the winter, I guess, they just, man, it's a shame that the caretakers have to come up and deal with cleaning that mess up. But yeah, there was a roll of Trump toilet paper in the bark mulch. That's always interesting. And more frightening, as I opened the lid, I saw something very scurry into the recesses of the pit toilet. So I did not sit on that seat. I was definitely squatting. I do not need any any kisses from a rodent. So that's the excitement for the day, and we're just going to keep on post holing and check for a signal, just so I can get an updated weather report and see what we're looking at. What's up, guys? Day 7, Monday, May 1st. Just almost to the top of Little Haystack. Conditions on the ridge look like they're pretty gnarly. I got drenched just going through Franconia Ridge with all the high snowpack and the post holing and all the dampness on the trees. And because of the wind and the temperatures and what the temperatures are going to be the next couple days, I made a decision. I texted Sarah. She's going to pick me up down at Lafayette Place Campground. I think as long as the trail looks okay, I'll do the ridge today, go down Old Bridle, reset for a few days, and then come back and start where I left off, go back up Old Bridle, re-pick up the trail and keep going. That's the plan for right now. Check in later. Okay, Little Haystack is right up there. You can see it's raining. It's just pretty miserable up here today. And this is the reason why I'm making the call to go back down, take a break, and come back in a few days. Just to give you an idea what the conditions are like, we finally hit actual trail, but it's been all snow, unconsolidated. There have been some people who have taken the ridge, but still a lot of post-holing, so that's where we're at.
So it's about 1 o'clock on Monday, May 1st, and I just drove back to Manchester from visiting my mom and sister and family down in Connecticut, and I got a text from Ryan that it's been cold and wet and gross for the last few days, as I'm sure his videos will show. So I'm heading up north to pick him up at the Lafayette campground so he can come home and dry out. So we'll keep you posted.
So that's Franconia Ridge up there, and that's what I was dealing with all day. Just rainy, cold, hypothermic type conditions. Glad I'm out of that mess. What's up? Welcome to a brief intermission in my Direttissima yo-yo attempt. So it's now Wednesday, May 3rd, and I got off trail Monday afternoon. So this will be my second night at home, and then going back up to where I got off trail tomorrow morning to continue. Yeah, I'll like try and superimpose what the weather forecast was going to be on the section I was going to be going on, basically Garfield Ridge in that area. It was going to be pretty nasty. And Monday, I wasn't able to take a lot of footage just because of how, especially once I got on the ridge proper from Little Haystack to Lafayette, I don't think I took any footage because the conditions just were not nice. And definitely on a normal, hiking day, I never would have chosen the ridge for the weather of that day. But yeah, I mean, it was safe, but had to keep moving to stay warm. It was nasty up there. And that on top of snow coming the next 2 days. Like there's still snow falling up there today. And then tomorrow it's gonna go back to more normal spring conditions. So that's why I'm heading back up then. Yeah, even yesterday I had hung a lot of stuff up in the basement to dry. It was still damp. Now I've got everything kind of splayed out, ready to repack. Everything is dry now. The only thing different is, I did take the snowshoes this time. I didn't take them last spring. And I'd say, for whatever the mileage was on that first leg from Moosilauke to Lafayette, I don't know if that's 40, 50, somewhere in there, 40, let's say it's 40, 45 miles. I probably actually had the snowshoes on for maybe 2 of those miles at most. Now the 2 miles that they were on, they helped tremendously for the most part. It was a lot easier travel. But what does that work out to? Like less than 5% of the time I was actually wearing them. So that's a lot of extra weight to carry for relative little use. So I'm not bringing them back. I'll just suffer through whatever post-holing there'll be on Garfield Ridge and on Twin Way and anywhere else. It's just not worth it. I think that's the only major change. Obviously, I mean, I'm disappointed I had to get off trail for a couple days. I'm thinking of it as like town days on a through hike. And so I went to Lafayette, went down to the hut, Greenleaf Hut, and then down the Old Bridle Path and got picked up at Lafayette Campground. So Sarah will drop me off tomorrow back at Old Bridle Path. I'll go back up Lafayette and then reconnect with Garfield Ridge Trail on the summit and continue. Yeah, if I wasn't going for a yo-yo, I would probably just start at Musalaki again. But it's just a time constraint. We got a lot of backpacking out west again this year, and I really want to try the yo-yo because I think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially on the way back. And it would be cutting it real close if I started at Musalaki now to like restart the whole thing as a purist. So I'm here to have fun. So it'll be a Direttissima yo-yo with an asterisk, or however you want to look at it. It's still quite a challenge in these conditions, so I'm just going to roll with it. But yeah, I didn't want to be away for more than a couple days. Like I can feel like all those muscles that were getting used, they were really sore the first day home, and now everything's kind of back to normal. So I'll still have like that muscle memory if I get back on trail tomorrow. And it looks like there's not sun tomorrow, but then there'll be some sunny days after that, and then hopefully back to more normal spring conditions. So that's the update. Yeah, a little disappointed that I had to get off. Well, that I chose to get off. I mean, I'm here to challenge myself, but also to have fun. So, I really just wasn't having any fun Monday, and not a whole lot of fun before that either, just because of the conditions, I think. So I've kind of reset and ready to get back out there, itching to get back out there and see what the next, who knows, 40, 50 days hold for us. See you tomorrow, back on the trail.